Good evening, one and all. Here's Victor Alpha 3 India Mike Whiskey, and it's Monday night. Time for another episode of the Lake Ontario Radio Club Net. Just waiting for the big clock on the wall to swing over to 7 p.m. The ZOE repeater is down, so we'll be operating tonight on the output frequency of the repeater, 443.075. Little mechanical problem shouldn't stand in the way of us folks getting together and having a little bit of a chat. The clock has now just told me it's now 7 p.m., so here we go. Good evening and attention all stations. This is Victor Alpha 3 India Mike Whiskey on behalf of the Lake Ontario Radio Club Net. Welcome to Monday. Happy Monday. Beautiful day, and everybody, as far as I know, got to work and got home safely. And if anybody has news to the different, feel free to let us know tonight. Anyways, we'll take a quick standby for any time-sensitive mobile or priority traffic stations. Standing by. All right, that was quite a rush. Let's open it up to everybody anywhere. The day after... actually, this is the first day of fall, so everybody should be wiping the sleep out of their eyes and getting a nice hot cup of cocoa and snuggling up with the radio. Anyways, I'll stand by for anybody anywhere. Come on in with your call sign and say hello. This is the Lake Ontario Radio Club Net.
Victor Echo 3, Lima Bravo, India.
Victor Echo 3, Lima Bravo, India. Sounds like the garage radio tonight there, Larry, but you're doing fine.
Yes, sir. In the garage, just, I just cleaned up a few minutes ago, but we had some corn and hot dogs, so it was a corn dog day.
Oh, corn dog day. Indeed. Okay, very good. So do you do your own dogs and your own batter and then deep fry them, or do you just take the pogos out of the box and put in the oven?
No, everything goes in the pot. Everything in the pot with the boiling water. Boil the corn, boil the dogs.
Oh, okay. So not corn dogs like battered hot dogs. This is corn and hot dogs.
As I said, corn and dog day. Corn and dog day.
All right, here I'm going to listen more intently. Sorry about that. The live stream seems to have stalled. So let me click the refresh button and see if we can.
Pardon me. Season is almost up for corn, so there isn't too much opportunity to get fresh anymore. Pardon me.
Yeah, I can tell this is really close to your heart there, Larry. You're getting all choked up. Hi. I'm right there with you. Anyways, don't forget to check in with Marty tonight. He's over on the NCF repeaters. So we'll make sure that we get a chance to pop over and say hi to him as well. Just remind him that he was the best dressed ham operator visitor for our Sunday event down at Pier 4. The most classical headgear of anybody who visited us. Looked like he was ready for Riot Squad.
I'm going to kid him about it. Say, I like your black jacket too. Your black leather jacket there, Marty. Boy, I'll tell you, you're a tough rider.
There you go. And of course, he made the easy trip down the hill. I wonder how the trip back up was. Whether he packed enough battery power to get his fat you-know-what back up the hill.
I was thinking the same thing from where he came from, yeah. So it'll be interesting. All right, who else has he got out there? Well, I think Bill's on the YouTube stream there, listening along. So I'll pass it back to you. See what else you can pick up. Thanks for doing it there, Matt. VA3IMW.
Yep, QSL. A little mechanical failure shouldn't keep us from communicating with one another. So as long as nothing else goes sideways, then I guess we'll just keep on doing what we're doing. All right, take a quick standby for any other check-ins for tonight's Lake Ontario Radio Club Net.
VA3 Whiskey Papa Golf. Victor Echo 3 India Uniform Kilowatt.
Okay, there's two there. We'll start with Chris and then go to Bill. VA3 Whiskey Papa Golf. How you doing?
Good evening, everybody. VA3WPG. Not time sensitive, not priority traffic, but we'll just be listening along tonight.
Okie doke. And I think Bill's going to take care of your log, so he'll probably email that to you shortly. Okay, thanks again, Chris, and certainly again appreciate your all your antics in the trees yesterday. That was a lot of fun. Okay, let's bring in Bill, VE3 IUK.
Yeah, good evening, Mac. Yeah, Chris has got his log up already. I was up to Brantford last night and ended up staying overnight and visiting with folks and relatives. So just got back later today, but I've got Noel's log out to him, and I just have to edit the one for IUW and every kind of junk. I'll do that after the net and get them milled out. So it was a good day yesterday. Was very impressed with band conditions, very impressed with how well Wade's antenna worked as well as the wire antenna. So definitely a good location, very low noise floor, and it was a good time. It was nice to meet some new faces as well. And I'm glad that your nemesis finally made it. So it's nice to see Walter. That's about it from here, Mac. Back to you.
Yes, that was quite nice to see Walter make it. Third time's the charm. That was his third attempt at meeting up with us. I thought he was going to stick around and activate with us, but seems he came down, shook our hands, and then went off to a neighboring area and did his own activation. And before he left, he came back to say hello, goodbye. So again, very good. Nice that Marty could pop down and see us. And IUW and EKJ and all the other folks that popped in. What's his name? Is that Mike MRX? Bob, Robert, Jack? Anyways, the Burlington Amateur Radio Club guy. He leaned over to me. He says, with you guys is the only time I do any voice contacts. So this is kind of weird. I'm used to doing CW and CW alone. So I guess we're gradually pulling him out of his shell. Maybe we'll get him to the point where he's not afraid of keying up the microphone and making voice contacts, step away from the keyer and talk to people.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. And I think it's a good exercise for anybody that might be kind of mic shy. I sort of reminisce back to Noel, and he sort of was able to break himself with that. So it's the group activation certainly has its advantages, and even though it'll be cold and Laura's will be putting their hands in their own pockets, we're looking forward to the one in December, Mac. So that's it from here. Thanks a lot for doing the net, and have you heard anything regarding Zoe, or is it still in limbo? Really haven't heard anything. I'll say 7-3, Mac, and back to you.
We've heard nothing further, simply that it is a repeater system error, a system problem. Whether it's the output side of the repeater or whether it's an antenna or coax issue, that part has not yet been made known. But as soon as Terry obviously gets to a point where he can assess the situation, I'm sure he'll be back to us. I hearken back to the goodness of his heart for him making this available to the ham radio community, and he's never asked for any compensation, and certainly what I still presume to be one of the best, I would say top 5 repeater setups in Southern Ontario. So yeah, we'll just wait and see what the prognosis is, and then obviously I'm sure individuals will have some suggestions if there's any assistance that's needed. So as soon as I hear something, I'll add to the story, and then we'll pass it around. And by the time it gets back to me, it'll be completely different.
Yeah, it'll be a new repeater by the time it gets back to you. Well, yep, would certainly be willing to contribute if it came down to that. So very good, Mac, and you're absolutely correct. Repeater has fantastic coverage, and it is missed, and let's hope it's back up soon. I've been hanging around on OBT, haven't so much on WIC, but maybe I should program into the radio as well. Okay, Mac, thanks. I'll let you carry on and see if there are any more check-ins. Take care, Mac.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I missed my hello, good morning with what's his call sign? LJW. LDZ. Lima Delta Zulu. Usually I key up around 7 o'clock and say good morning, and it's nice to hear a familiar voice come back and wish me the best of the day. Anyways, let us stand by and see if there's anybody else out there that wants to say hello. Come on in with your call sign. This is Victor Alpha 3 India Mike Whiskey on behalf of the Lake Ontario Radio Club Net.
VE3 KDT.
VE3KDT. Good evening, Noel. I did see your email, and I think if I recall correctly, Bill said that he's already processed your logs and is either emailing them to you now or has already. So, and I certainly appreciate what you did as far as contributing to the overall event. And that's 100% participation as far as I'm concerned. Roger?
Oh, thank you for that. A few times that I did have a chance there, it was more keeping my one calmed down or settled. So no worries. Still had fun, like the just being out there and getting to see the faces of the people we talked to. And, just in general, it was a good time. So yeah, whatever I can do to help, much appreciated. And like I said, I think there was even something about potentially using the club call or something. Whoever uses that doesn't get to use their own. You can always put me down for that. That's fine. Like I said, my totals aren't the greatest or aren't the goal. Other than that, caught part of what Bill was saying about the repeater and that, potentially taking donation or whatever else with repair and stuff. I was just kind of curious. At Mohawk, would that be possible? I mean, I have a Raspberry Pi and I only have the Simplex one, but to put some sort of network, D-Star or one of those devices hooked up to Z08.
That's where I would tread very lightly. Like I said, Terry's had this thing in operation for years upon years, and he has purposely not connected it to internet, not made it connected to any of the digital systems. And I totally respect the purpose behind that. Extra bits and pieces is other things that people want to monkey with. And yeah, I think simplicity has been part of the strength of this repeater. It has triple power backup capability. So in the case of a power outage, it's a system that keeps operating one way or another. You almost have to have a nuclear war in order for it to go off the air, other than some kind of mechanical issue that takes it down. So I don't know that I would want to trod too heavily, and that may be a point where offering to support this financially might meet with some resistance, because there might be a fear that he would give up some of the administrative decision making with administrating the operation of the repeater. So, you know what? It's a fragile situation, so we'll take it one step at a time, and we'll approach all these topics very, very gingerly.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that there was such a political aspect to it. Mine was more just out of curiosity. That's not something that you're willing to go down, then forget I asked. Not trying to step on any toes, just thought it was something that, hey, maybe we could add or whatever. But other than that, the part about the financial donation or whatever else, as far as, putting towards something that we kind of all use and not having said administrative control to it, I have nothing against that. That's more just like contributing to, my portion of the bill or whatever. Like that's not that. But anyways, that's my take on it. But as you said, if it's going to be that touchy, I have no worries. Just sitting tight.
Yep. Okay. Very good. So as we know, the NCF repeaters are financed by the Hamilton Amateur Radio Club. So the administration and the decision making that goes along with those repeaters, which are linked to Echolink and other computer accessible methods, that was a decision that was made by the group that does the decision-making process for Hamilton Amateur Radio Club. And obviously the Burlington repeater, the Burlington Amateur Radio Club funds and makes those decisions. So peculiar situations where it's a private individual that holds ownership to this machine, and it's his relationship with Mohawk College that allows him the ability to have it set up in the location that it is. So all of it's a very, very different situation than any other radio club administrated repeater system. Anyways, that's as far deep as we need to go, maybe a little too far. Thanks for your check-in, Noel. And I also see Mark has checked in on YouTube as well, VA3MHV. Any other questions there, Noel, before we see if we can scratch up another couple of contacts?
No, that was about it. Probably more than, like you said, more than we needed. All right, yeah, pass it back to you, and I'll be listening along.
Okie dokie. So nobody else on the list here. We can take a brief pause and see if any other stations want to come in and say hello. Just throw in your call sign and let's have a chat. VA3MHV. Good evening, Mark. Beautiful day. How did you spend it? How did everything else pan out after? Wait a minute. Am I getting things mixed up? Maybe I am. Yeah, I am. Never mind. So you and Steve were happy with the results of the turnout from the event yesterday, I take it?
Yeah, it was a good day by all there, Max. We got our logs uploaded, and thank you for your help with WWFS there. I'm just on that site right now, actually poking around, trying to get to know it, and I managed to find my logs, and I think they put them up. I still had that original log from that activation we did way back when. I think you did my files and sent them to me, and you included a WFF file, and I never uploaded that because I never knew where to send them. But I sent them, and I think they're both uploaded now, yesterday's and that old one. So I think I'm up and running on that site now, finally. So back to you, Matt.
QSL. And there is also another hidden POTA secret, right? If you're out doing Parks on the Air, it's good to look up to see if there is a corresponding WWFF park number. And if you're using a logging software, something like Ham2K, Polo, or if you're able to spot yourself directly on the WWFF log site, it attracts a whole lot of attention in Europe, because as big as Parks on the Air is to your American buddies down south, WWFF is that big and popular in Europe. So that in itself is likely why we were so popular when we went to 10 meters and all of a sudden got a barrage of contacts from Norway, Finland, Sweden, goodness gracious, wherever else. UK, I forget all the different ones. Italy, anyways. But so if you're at a park and you're potentially activating something that's also a flora and fauna location, make sure you get that spot up there, and that too will attract some European DX contacts. They'll be hunting you down like a rabid wolf.
Yeah, QSL on that. I've heard you mention that, Mac, and it makes sense. They want the North American QSOs over the pond, of course. So I'll get you to show me that next time I run into you. Hope to have a laptop with me. And I'll poke around a little more on the site, see if I can figure out where you would do that. Yeah, that makes sense. Anyway, that's about all I got, Mac. We got our logs in, everything's good, and yeah, it was a good day. So I'll let you see if anyone else is out there wanting to be picked up. VA3IMW, VA3MHP. Back to that.
Okay, thanks so much, Mark, and certainly appreciate your support. Okay, any other check-ins for Monday night's edition of the Lake Ontario Radio Club Net? VA3IMW, standing by for your check-in. Okay, nothing heard. We're not going to beg, but we will be back tomorrow at 7 p.m. to listen to you guys one more time, day by day. That's how we do it. And so with that, we'll bring this net to a close, and then I'm going to slide on down to the NCF repeater, and I'll let Marty listen to my voice for a few minutes. Also, don't forget VE3BK hosting a net on 40 meters on 7.100. Starting at 8 o'clock. So he'll always be looking forward to somebody to listen to him for a little while. Other than that, we'll return this frequency back to normal use, and we'll catch you back here tomorrow night. 7-3s, one and all.
VA3WPG, just want to say before we all go, it must be good bad conditions tonight because I had a copy on Knoll and I do not have a copy on Simplex usually. And if you want to see a really nice antenna farm, check out that station we worked yesterday, Sierra Mike 3, November Romeo Yankee. Now that's an antenna farm. Okay, VA3WPG. Have a good one, everyone.
Yes, sir. Yep, I've seen his QRZ page previously. Yeah, there's quite a litany of information on the QRZ pages when you look at some of these guys, and it's amazing. They must have absolutely no life at all, just like us. Thanks, Chris. 7-3s, guys. That's how we say goodbye.